Saudi Arabia is in mourning after King Abdullah recently passed away at the age of 90. His half-brother, Salman bin Abdulaziz, has now ascended to the throne. What does that change mean for the kingdom and the world as a whole? To understand that, we have to first look at Saudi Arabia's last leader, King Abdullah bin Abdulaziz. He became king in 2005 at the age of 81. However, he had already been acting monarch for almost a decade following his brother's stroke in 1995. At the time, Saudi Arabia was in turmoil, faced with high unemployment, widespread corruption, and terrorism, all of which was causing civil unrest. Once in power, Abdullah focused on limiting the royal family's spending and set out to find ways to stimulate the economy and find people jobs. His policies largely worked, and Saudi Arabia's economy has improved. The former king was also known for implementing social reforms that made slight shifts towards modernizing the state while still preserving Saudi's devout Islamic traditions. He was an advocate for freedom of speech and women's rights, signing an order in 2011 that gives women the right to vote in municipal elections starting in 2015. He obviously did not live to see women vote in Saudi Arabia, and some critics argue that not much has changed for women during his actual reign. His reforms regularly face tough opposition from other ministers on Saudi Arabia's ruling council, and the recent arrest and sentencing of liberal blogger Raif Badawi demonstrates that Saudi Arabia is still a very strict conservative state. During the Arab Spring, King Abdullah offered a strong approach to diplomacy. The ruler offered support to Egyptian leaders and led opposition to adversaries like President Bashar al-Assad of Syria and the Muslim Brotherhood. Overseas, he was considered a stabilizing force within the Middle East as violence spread throughout the Gulf region. In particular, the United States saw King Abdullah as a valuable ally in the fight against Islamic extremism, both within Saudi Arabia and the entire Middle East, with President Barack Obama stating that the leader believed in the importance of the U.S.-Saudi relationship. As we mentioned earlier, Saudi Arabia now has an all-new king, King Salman. He is already set to meet with U.S. President Obama to discuss how the two nations can work together to fight against Islamic State militants in Yemen, and experts believe that the relations between Saudi Arabia and the West will remain strong. Indeed, reports suggest that King Salman aims to continue Abdullah's work with limiting extremism in the Middle East. In his first speech as king, Salman made reference to his commitment to preserving the work of his predecessor, saying that the Arab and Islamic nation is in dire need today to be united and maintain solidarity, though there is some concern about his outlook on social issues. To see our video on the plight of women in Saudi Arabia under their new and last king, please click here now. Saudi Arabia doesn't have the best human rights track record, particularly for women. But although King Abdullah was a devout conservative leader, he also helped to slowly progress the country's views on the rights of women and implemented policies that allowed for more freedom of expression. And remember, please subscribe. Thank you for watching TestTube.